Okay, in this video I'm going to talk about 7 things that dysfunctional families might try to do. I'm not so sure this is going to work out because of the wind, but I thought it would be great to have a different little view here. Yeah. But these are 7 different things. 2 of them, or one of them, the flirt. I think somebody has mentioned, 2 people made a comment to me before that this is something they saw in their dysfunctional family, and I'm hearing bees, so I think I should leave. Okay, if that first clip worked out right, I was outside. If it worked out right, I'm going to add it before this part, but I'm basically talking about dysfunctional families. 7 things they might do, or a mix with, not all of them is what they might do, but what kind of people they are, maybe. So I'm going to do that in this video. And if I sound out of breath, that's because I just walked. I was videoing this first part outside and I heard some bees, so I got the heck out of Dodge. Okay, I actually have notes, so hey, that's unusual for me, you know, which I need to do more often, I know. But the first 3, I think it is 3 or 4, they kind of go together, and it's about when you are with your dysfunctional family. Now, this dysfunctional family can also be the in-laws. It can be a combination, like you have a big holiday, like yesterday was the 4th of July, and some of the in-laws come, and the in-laws of your in-laws, or something. It can be a variety, you know, like your sister's in-laws. So it can be a variety of people, and they're all in a group together, and it's just a major dysfunction, you know, major dysfunctional family moment. Okay, now one of the first things that this you know, that goes together, of the 3 or 4, is that in this dysfunctional kind of family, there might be at least 1 or 2 who think they are the ones to decide when any get-together is going to happen. Now, it's not just somebody wanting to be, you know, helpful and try to plan and call everybody and say, you know, what day is good for you, this is the day. No, this is someone who takes it upon themselves and decides. You know, they work it out between, say, the 2 of them or the 3 of them, and forget the whole rest of the family. You know, the rest of the family is just going to have to abide by their rules. That kind of person. Yeah. And here's another part of that one. They might finally come to agree upon some date, and they let you know. You know, you're already ticked off, probably, that they're going to let you know when it is, you know. And then when that time comes, you've taken off day from work or days from work, whatever it is, they change at the last moment. So you have already taken a different day off, and you're not able to go because it's too late. You have 2 weeks. You have to give a 2 weeks notice where you work, whatever is the case, and then you can't go because they reorganize things. That's something that a dysfunctional family might try. And believe me, I have seen that more than once, and not just my family, but yeah. Especially, it seems like one of them would tell me the wrong date on purpose until the last moment. Yeah. Not good. Okay? Another thing is, what if you actually can take off the day that they're going to have this, and you actually do make it to this big dysfunctional family meeting, you know, get together, party, whatever it is. And it could be a small one too. It could be a small gathering for that matter. Okay, one of the things is, say you're all there and everybody says, hey, let's go out to eat tonight. Okay, instead of cook, let's all go out to eat. That sounds like a good idea to you, you know? But before you know it, they, or at least 2 of them, 1 or 2, have decided that it's up to them on where we go to eat, you know, where everybody goes to eat. I've seen this recently even, yeah. And, you know, they don't ask, they tell. Okay, and these are usually the people in the, you know, the golden child or golden children. They're used to having their way. They throw temper tantrums if they don't get their way. Even, you think that's just kids, right? No. As adults, throwing temper tantrums to get their way, make it sound logical, which is, their logic is never logical, it's illogical. And but people will buy into it. People who are used to that person getting their way, they have kind of like a, we all know how this is, probably, maybe, an infatuation for that person. And they've fallen for it for so long, and there's the cognitive dissonance that comes in to play when anybody goes against it. But yeah, there's that golden child or golden children, and they determine where everybody's going to go, okay, for that dinner out. Okay, like I said, I had this happen recently, and I said, no, I do not want to go to that restaurant. I said it in a nice way. I'm a nice person. Got my point, and I mentioned it in the video. Basically, the result was that the person who is the, actually I would think more of like a histrionic, although I'm not going to diagnose, decided in a way that she had made that decision, you know? That it was her idea. And in a way, like, she was giving, you know, the whole feel of, like, she was giving me the permission. Seriously, they know no bounds, really. And I think you can tell from my videos that I'm not free of these people. I've freed myself from a whole lot of them. You bet you. I went no contact. I will say, yeah, when it gets so bad you can't handle it, go no contact if you can. Without, you know, it's dangerous. It's always dangerous, but with these kind of people, yeah, or any kind of people, really. But I still have some that, you know, you can't control it all. You know, because there's work, there's, you can go to work and find them. You can go to anywhere and find them. You know, to a store, just to buy as a customer and find somebody like this. But anyway, I still have a few. Yeah, we'll go from there. Another thing they do, a dysfunctional family. Now, mine are all dysfunctional family members, in case you're wondering, because I wouldn't no contact with my family. So, y'all know that. So, they're not online, you know. I still have one that I speak to, and I still hear this stuff. I had to get to a point where I could handle it, you know. Now, here's one from that started when I was a child, and I still remember it. And I've experienced it since then. And that is people who make up their mind in the family, you know, I was a kid, that they were going to go somewhere. Didn't ask me if I wanted to go until the last moment. And it was more like a, well, if you want to go. And they wanted to go right then. I didn't have time to get, you know, like if I was at home to wear something appropriate to wherever we were going. So what do? I show up not looking appropriate because I really wanted to go. You know, I was a kid. That was my only choice. You know what I'm saying? I could go or stay home. What was it? And when you're a kid, you're ready to go. You know, many of us ready to go. You know, but you can't go like you want to go. You know. I tell you, I know some adults that'll do that. They don't. You know, you're not even in their minds. Because you're insignificant. That's how they try to make you feel. Truthfully, these are the people who should be insignificant to you. People who make you feel insignificant should be the people you feel are insignificant to you. That's what I always tell myself. Because to me, it's true. Might not be for you. I don't know. So one was that they reorganize whatever date it is the family to get together. I think the second one was they decide where to go. The third is the rush and hurry bit. And now what if they come to number 4? What if they come to your home? Okay, what if it's, you know, an in-law, your significant other's family, and they come to your home? What do? They might try. Now this is one I've heard from somebody I know, and that is the extended family members, I guess you'd say, a couple of them, the mother and the daughter, both adults, came to that home and was extremely judgmental. This person caught them going through the cabinets and talking about, I can't believe that this person had such old plates, and they didn't have fine china along that way. They're nosy. They might try to be nosy, look around, your bathroom, if they have a, guest room. If anything's in there, they're going to go through it. If you have to give them more than one, so there's just one guest room that you give them another room, they'll go through it. You'll find stuff moved around. Drawers that weren't open were a little bit open after they leave. Yeah, nosy, and then they're judgmental about it. Okay, and another thing they might try, or your own dysfunctional family might try, is to get money from you. Okay, we all know that, don't we? So, and they might be the judgmental ones, the ones that act like you're insignificant. But if you have any money, or they think you have money, they'll find some way, some excuse that they really need money, and they'll tell a sob story why they need so much money, and on, and you will never ever see it. And they will say that once they get it, they will find a way to say if anything, you owed it to them, or they'll flat out deny it. If another family member says, "Hey, well, what's the story?" You don't want to triangulate anybody, but if they find out, which would mean you're triangulating somebody, they'll deny it. They'll say, "I never got any money from them. They, in fact, owe me money." You're going to look like the bad person, So that was number 5. They try to get money from you. I'm doing them out of order. I haven't written in order. So the 6th and 7th are mainly types, I'd say. And this one other people have mentioned, and I remembered, mentioned to me, and I remember we had one, a family flirt. Okay, this could be anybody really, an uncle, or an aunt, or whatever. And my situation was an uncle, or even a family friend. There was a family friend of my parents. They were the flirt. And when you're, with your family, and this is a family member or someone, as a teenager, how comfortable do you feel talking about it? You should feel comfortable. You should. Okay, feel comfortable telling an adult, one that you trust. But as a teenager, you might not know that, and it might not be safe, and you know that, and you do know that, or they might not believe you. I had a friend that happened to. Her parents didn't believe her, and she was pretty screwed up after that. But so that's one, the flirt. Okay, and one other one that can be that. It might not seem that this one would cause that much trouble, but it does. It could. It might. And that is the family's sports hero. Now, we're not talking about somebody, it could be, who's actually is a sports hero. This is just the one in the family. Things that they're the best at any sport, any game. It could be even, a video game or something. And they draw everybody into, let's go, if it's somewhere like they can go and play it or whatever. And, they make themselves this is getting the center of attention. They throw temper tantrums until they can get everybody to do this. People might not want to. Then there's all this kind of like verbal abuse about how you're this and you're that, you're lazy, you're just no good, you're whatever. And then once it is, it's all that all over again, especially if you're on their team and you're not good. Now, I was always good at sports, so I don't have to, I can't put myself in that shoes, but I can as an empathic person. Empath. Yeah, but it's once again for them to shine, and they want everybody else to look bad. And it's abusive. Abuse is not just physical. So anyway, that's number 7? Yeah, that's all of them. I'm scratching it off if you heard that. But yeah, that's some of the things that dysfunctional families might do. If you have anything that you want to share, leave a comment about it. And I'm going to wrap this video up. If you want to subscribe, click the circle. If you want to watch another video on this channel, click one of the rectangles. Give it a thumbs up if you want to. Even though you can't see it, give it if you want to. And share on your own social media if you feel like it, and leave a comment, like I said, if you feel like it. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.